This is ABC7 News at 11, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Haley Wilkes. Thank you for joining us tonight. Trees in one Venice development are at the center of a very hot debate. The development's HOA, Homeowners Association, is getting ready to bring down a large amount of oak trees. ABC7's Rick Adams tells us what's going on there, and he has reaction from both sides.
Well, 150 of these oak trees here at Willow Chase are scheduled to start being removed in the coming weeks. That doesn't sit very well with some of the residents, but the HOA here says it's something that has to be done. The beautiful oak trees line the streets of this 10-year-old development. Some of them are big and older, some are smaller and newer. Willow Chase's Homeowners Association says they have to go because of some of the problems that are beginning to stem from them.
Oak trees have very heavy roots. The roots go in every direction, and we've had a lot of issues. In many places, the sidewalk has been lifted up. We had a resident fall, and at that point, we just said we really need to do something.
That something is the removal of the trees. Doug Ostrom and a group of neighbors want the trees to stay, especially the one that's in front of his home. He tells us the trees aren't causing any problems, and he says people who live here were not given a chance to give any input on the trees.
It's very frustrating. You go to bed at night and you wake up in the morning and it's the first thing on your mind. And then you look at the tree that you got in front of your house and they're going to cut it down? Are you kidding me?
In a recent email, an environmental expert from Sarasota County says these trees are not in good health and pose safety concerns as well as maintenance issues in regards to utilities. John Singer says the plan is to remove all the oak trees along the street over the next 2 years and replace them with 3 different kinds of new trees.
The board voted to remove all the trees. It's property, it's on property that belongs to the Homeowners Association. It is common land.
We do have a plan drawn up for a compromise. If the board would only listen to it or read it. Up to this point, they haven't wanted to do that.
And some residents here are still hopeful these oak trees can be saved. These trees are scheduled to start coming down in the middle of March. Reporting from Venice, I'm Rick Adams, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Rick. And those homeowners aren't the only ones voicing opposition today. Protesters took to the streets. They're against some open carry bills sponsored by State Senator Greg Steube. The measures include legislation that would allow a concealed weapon permit holder to carry in places like an airport or a school.
With proper training, I don't see any problem with it. We're not dangerous. We're the ones you have to be in love with. The ones you have to fear are the ones that have no training or the ones that are trying to do a crime.
Guns on campuses. I would not want my grandchildren going to a campus with a gun.
The gun bills are still being considered by Senate committees. A growing conflict among Florida lawmakers is sparking some conversation on the Suncoast. Florida tourism agencies, including Visit Florida, have recently come under fire after paying the rapper Pitbull $1 million to promote Florida beaches. And while some lawmakers want to do away with these agencies, State Representative Joe Gruder says he would rather see these agencies change the way they operate.
It'll have a devastating effect on our economy overall in Florida. So it's a bad move, and hopefully we'll be able to stop it.
Gruder says with a more transparent system, tourism agencies would become more accountable to the public. The Venice Fire Department hosted trainees this week from the Venice Police Department's Citizens Academy. On Wednesday, firefighters performed a live vehicle extrication demonstration at their Grove Street station. Some even received some hands-on training to get a feel for what firefighters encounter during these life and death situations. Really helps you feel for what kind of job they take on. It is amazing. Now Bob has a look at our forecast, which is also pretty good.
Yeah, so far so good, Haley. Tonight, a nice night, although high pressure is getting moving to the east now out over the Atlantic. We have this low pressure area. It's basically in the upper levels of the atmosphere. It's getting closer, and we are going to see an increase in cloudiness beginning tomorrow, and that will eventually turn into some rain late in the day. Now, talk about rain and wind, gusting as high as 60, 70 miles an hour from San Diego through Los Angeles, all the way up to San Francisco. Very heavy rainfall, record amounts of rain, causing all sorts of flooding problems there and the potential for mudslides. That storm system eventually will bring us another little piece of energy our way come midweek next week. At 54 here now, we have fair skies. The dew point temperature is at 49. That's come up a little bit, but still, temperatures will be close to the seasonal average for lows and around the low 50s. Winds are calm right now. The pressure 30.06, still high, and we may see a little fog forming patchy at best in some colder locations, especially into inland areas, and then that fog will burn off, and we'll still see some clouds around, though, with a chance for some rainfall. I'll talk about that rain chance coming up in just a few minutes. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. Florida House Speaker Richard Corcoran wants a court to block a contract the Florida Lottery approved last fall. Corcoran filed a lawsuit in Leon County against the state's lottery secretary for approving this 13-year contract with IGT Global Solutions worth more than $700 million. It's to increase the number of automated ticket machines from 55 to 5,500 from the current 2,000. They would sell scratch-off tickets and tickets for those games such as Powerball. Corcoran's lawsuit claims that lottery officials broke the law because they approved a contract that exceeds the department's authorized budget. A follow-up now on the Orlando man accused of killing a flamingo at Busch Gardens. A judge ruling today that Joseph Corral is too mentally ill to go on trial. The Hillsborough Circuit Judge issued this order after 2 doctors who examined Corral concluded he is not competent to stand trial on aggravated animal cruelty charges. Police reports show that during a visit to the Tampa theme park with his family last summer, Corral reached into an animal pen, grabbed Pinky, seen here, the flamingo, and then slammed her to the ground. She was later euthanized. Pinky served as an animal ambassador at Busch Gardens, using her dance moves to connect with parkgoers. Corral's next hearing is set for March 22nd. President Trump was back in campaign mode today, leaving his problems in Washington behind for a road trip. It seemed like old times as he got a warm reception at the Boeing aircraft plant in South Carolina. But President Trump couldn't shake controversy for very long. Here's ABC's Michelle Franzen.
President Trump got a rousing welcome at the Boeing plant in South Carolina.
We want products made by our workers in our factories, stamped with those 4 magnificent words, made in the USA.
But after taking on reporters Thursday in a rowdy press conference,
the press should be ashamed of themselves.
The president launched one of what may be his harshest blows yet on journalists. He tweeted, quote, "The fake news media, failing New York Times, CNN, NBC News, and many more, is not my enemy. It is the enemy of the American people. Sick." Later revising the end of that tweet to remove the word sick, adding ABC and CBS News. The Society of Professional Journalists tweeting, quote, "An attack on a free press by a sitting U.S. president is a slap in the face to democracy, our country's founders, and the American people." And the White House now adamantly denying that it's behind a controversial Department of Homeland Security draft memo on immigration. The document obtained by the Associated Press proposes giving the National Guard sweeping and unprecedented authority, calling on troops to, quote, "perform the functions of an immigration officer in relation to the investigation, apprehension, and detention of undocumented immigrants." A senior Department of Homeland Security official tells ABC News that while Homeland Security Director John Kelly's name is on the memo, he never saw it. The draft was in the very early stages. And the current version has no plan to use the National Guard for immigration enforcement. Michelle Franzen, ABC News, New York.
Meanwhile, the Secret Service is investigating after someone threw an object at President Trump's motorcade in West Palm Beach this afternoon. The incident happened near his Mar-a-Lago resort as a motorcade traveled from the airport. It was not clear if any of the vehicles were struck and what exactly was thrown. No one was hurt, but a rock the size of a baseball could be seen at the scene, and a second item was being examined on the ground by police and Secret Service. Straight ahead, Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your weekend Suncoast forecast, plus heavy rain and strong storms causing dangerous roadway conditions for drivers and flight delays at airports. Plus, $1 million repair job is needed after a massive sinkhole opens up in a Washington state neighborhood.
Across America with Mega Jackpots, it's Mega Millions.
What's up, America? I'm John Crowd. It's Friday, February 17th, and tonight's Mega Millions jackpot is an estimated annuitized $46 million. To win that jackpot, you must bet these 5 white balls plus that gold Mega Ball. Now, let's see if I can make you a millionaire tonight. Our first winning number tonight is 67. That's followed by 4. Up next, we have 75. That's followed by 56, and your final white ball for this Friday evening is 58. Now for the Mega Ball. Tonight's Mega Ball number is 8. Again, tonight's winning numbers are 67, 4, 75, 56, 58, and the gold mega ball is 8. Now, if no one matches all 6 numbers, Tuesday's jackpot could be $55 million. Good luck and play on, America.
ABC7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
There's a whole new way to bank at Achieva Credit Union with Achieva Checking Plus. Get new unique features like full ID theft protection and online shopping rewards. Plus, it's an interest-bearing account, so you have a little extra for what really matters. Achieva Checking Plus isn't just an account for your money, it's for your life, including cell phone insurance. And that's good to know. Discover the plus at achievacu.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Car experts and customers agree. There's a whole lot to love about a new Subaru. Subaru offers more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And Subaru had the best resale value of all brands for 2016. Now you can lease a new Subaru Forester for just $209 a month or get 0% financing during the Subaru True Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Thinking about having surgery can be a scary thing. And to take somebody who's in severe pain, bring them in, take good care of them, and then get them out and back to their life is huge. We focus on minimally invasive approaches when possible, and oftentimes people can be back up on their feet in a day or two with a whole lot less pain than before surgery. We fix people's lives. We do.
What does it mean when New South Window says Factory Direct?
It means we have a factory.
It means we eliminate the middleman.
It means you get an award-winning, energy-efficient window at factory direct pricing.
Plus, New South windows are made in Florida.
Fort Florida Home.
By Florida workers.
Because we know Florida weather.
Right now, buy 2 windows, get the 3rd free, plus our lifetime warranty. New South Window. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Call now.
Bob, we still have that crispness in the air. I like it.
You know, I do too. I don't like the extreme cold, obviously,
right,
but I like
this
this kind of seasonal temperatures because I know how long our summers are, and you know, you live for these days. This is like our summer up north. You know, it's basically our winter down here. We haven't had many days like this, and it's going to get warmer still, even though we have a storm system heading in, and we'll see not many more cold fronts. In fact, the freeze is pretty much gone beyond that point for climatology. One thing we have had, which has been very persistent, is red tide. The new report came out today, and it's not all that great news. You know, it was really quite strong earlier this week, and that was because of that west wind behind that cold front that really brought that onshore, and it also stirs up the water. And the red tide has been, for the most part, into the lower levels of the Gulf, and so when that wave action starts to increase, it rises to the surface, the winds carry it on shore, and it was a little bit unbearable for some earlier this week. And you can still see we have some more reports down south now in Sarasota County on the scale. That's high to medium up and down Sarasota County. A little less action in New Pass. As you see right here, we have not any high categories near Lido or into Big Pass, but I should say down south near Venice and near Nokomis. There's some pretty heavy reports of red tide there right now. So hopefully the winds won't be all that strong. We don't think they will be over the weekend, and things will calm down for the area beaches. There will be a little west coast sea breeze developing. Boy, we had a gorgeous sunset tonight here along the Sun Coast, and some photos were sent in, obviously, of the picture. This one was this morning, though. Carol getting this one. I like this shot. This is Heron Creek Golf and Country Club down there, and you can see that fog. It's that low fog developing as a result of the colder air in the valleys. And this one, we're going to have a chance to play with our dogs this weekend a little bit more, and pets, because we have the weekend off. It's not just about us, right? Well, Barb Wilson sent this one in as Nikki was taking a ride, more than likely to a park, and that's where a lot of the dogs will be this weekend, some of the dog parks around town. Beverly Beck, this from South Jetty in Venice, and that is a great shot right there. She's visiting, and Anna Maria Gary getting this one with the palm trees, a beautiful shot right there it is, with some clear skies. Well, it won't be as good tomorrow night, and that's a result of this system right here, which will bring some clouds in, also a chance for showers, and maybe even an isolated thunderstorm. It doesn't appear that the dynamics are there to allow any severe weather to develop, but we could see a few lightning strikes with one or two of the cells. Right now, 54 degrees at the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport. The dew point has come up. It's still low at 49, and winds are calm. The pressure 30.03. And for the most part holding steady, although it is going to be slipping out of here for a short period of time. The high today was slightly below the average of 73. We haven't been able to say that very often this winter. And 45, nice chilly start to the low this morning. We could use a little bit of rainfall. Haven't had much this month. Now, as far as temperatures go around the state, it's still warm in Key West, 68, 67 degrees in Miami, and 63 in Pensacola, 54 here in Sarasota, and temperatures pretty much into the mid to upper 50s across the region. Wauchula at 57, the same in Venice, 54 in Sarasota, and the Gulf water temperature now at 69 degrees. That's well above average. That wind will not be all that strong, except near the individual storms that may develop, so keep that in mind, boaters, tomorrow. There are no advisories at this point, and I don't expect any over the weekend. Here's a look at the forecast track. Around 3, 4 o'clock, we could see some action moving through. It'll be scattered, and then it'll push off to the east. I mentioned there's a chance we could see some moderate to heavy downpours with a few of those cells. Not everyone's going to get it, but it's going to move through pretty quickly on Sunday. It's out there in the Atlantic. We'll start to see some clearing skies, which will be nice, and warm temperatures. This one's not going to bring anything too cold our way. And, of course, this is the big story. This looked like a hurricane yesterday, and it's causing almost hurricane conditions over California. All sorts of nasty weather there with record flooding going on. 33 in Denver right now. Atlanta at 56 degrees and 32 in Boston. It's been a warm day today all across the U.S. Now, for boaters, I mentioned not too much of a problem out there except for those individual cells. Southeast winds turn to the south at 10 knots. Seas 2 feet or less, and sunrise will be at 7:04. Well, here's the forecast. Tonight, warmer 52. Inland areas, upper 40s. Tomorrow, we'll start out with partly cloudy, increasing clouds throughout the day. 78, a 30% chance for late day showers. 40% chance Saturday night. You don't see that on the 7-day, but it's there. Nighttime showers are a possibility. Sunday clearing, but staying warm. A better chance for more widespread rain comes Wednesday, and there could be a few thunderstorms in that mix. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. That massive storm out west hitting western states tonight is causing a ton of damage. The strong winds and rain making driving treacherous. At least one person has been killed in one of the biggest storms to hit California in years. Hundreds of flights have been canceled as roads and runways have flooded. More than 100,000 customers in Southern California are without power. Trees toppled. Some neighborhoods prepared for the possibility of mudslides. More than 21 million people are under a flash flood watch or warning this weekend. A massive sinkhole in Washington state could cost up to $1 million to fix. The man who lives right nearby it came home from dinner Wednesday to find a big hole in his front yard. It was 10 by 15 feet. Tonight, half the street is gone. Public Works crews traced the problem to an old rusting culvert filled with water running beneath the road. They say the runoff from snow and rain helped push that old culvert to its breaking point. The mayor says it will take months to finish those repairs. An update now on a popular tourist spot that fell victim to devastating wildfires just 3 months ago. Killed 14 people and caused nearly $1 billion in damage. One of the hardest hit areas, the chimney tops in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, has been off limits ever since. But on Thursday, crews were able to get a closer look at the damage there. The National Park Service moving aside the barricades to find that the trail seems to be in surprisingly good shape. In fact, 98% of the park was not burned, and some of the low impact areas are already showing signs of recovery.
What we expect over the course of, that 7,000 acres in the next 3 to 5 years is that likely people will go through those areas and not even be able to detect that there was ever a burn that happened across that landscape.
2 juveniles are facing aggravated arson charges for reportedly starting these fires. The launch pad used to send Americans to the moon and shuttle astronauts into orbit is roaring back into action. After being dormant for nearly 6 years, Launch Complex 39A at NASA's Kennedy Space Center should see its first commercial flight this weekend. The private space firm is scheduled to launch an unmanned spacecraft called the Dragon to the International Space Station on Saturday. It is packed with more than 5,000 pounds of cargo and some experiments. NASA says it will take 2 days for the Dragon to catch the International Space Station. Very cool. Sports is next.
An important message for Americans eligible for Medicare.
Are you receiving all the benefits available to you? Now's the time to find the coverage that's right for you at the right price. The way to do that is to explore your options. You can spend hours doing that yourself,
Or you can call Health Markets and let us do the legwork for you.
Let us find you the right plan at the right price and see if you qualify to lower your prescription costs.
Put our free service to work for you at no charge.
Call 1-800-738-1923.
Join us for Sarasota Opera's 2017 Winter Festival, opening February 11th. Featuring Puccini's most famous opera, Madame Butterfly, Rossini's delightful comedy, The Italian Girl in Algiers, Poulenc's heartbreaking Dialogues of the Carmelites, and the medieval thriller The Love of Three Kings by Italo Montemezzi. Tickets are on sale now. Call 941-328-1300 or visit sarasotaopera.org.
Hi, I'm Joan London, and if you're worried about your parent or a loved one living alone like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, then call A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service. You'll get free information on assisted living, Alzheimer's care, nursing homes, even important financial information.
They had obviously researched every place, not just given me names. They found me a place for what she could afford, and it was magnificent.
We're now very confident that she's safe, and they just helped every step of the way, and I can't thank them enough.
So if you're struggling to find reliable senior living information, call A Place for Mom. This is a free service, and you can trust them to help you.
Call right now to get your free Senior Care Compass ebook. Find out about the 5 best-kept secrets on financing senior care and assisted living.
Call now, 800-290-0352. 800-290-0352.
Contemporary Cabinetry and Closet Concepts. Our strength is in building a relationship with our clients. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years. When you organize your home, you simplify your life. Call today for a free in-home consultation or visit the web at contemporarycabinetry.srq.com.
Florida's last private island is a waterfront lifestyle like no other. This is Harbor Isle, just 5 minutes from the sugar sand beaches of Anna Maria Island. This sun-splashed paradise invites you to enjoy natural adventures and all the recreation of a tropical resort. Island coach homes and waterfront condos are now available from the high 400s, plus incredible savings on move-in ready homes. Come tour 6 designer models. This is the time of your life. Make it island time at Harbor Isle. Go to mintofla.com now.
Hurry in to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota for big savings on some of America's best vehicles. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers. Get all the safety and security of a new Dodge Journey for as little as $16,599. Or stop by today and drive away in a 2017 Jeep Patriot for just $15,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota today.
Now, sports.
The Baltimore Orioles welcoming the entire team to camp today in Sarasota. The Orioles are coming off a playoff season, Baltimore losing in the American League wildcard game to Toronto, which is the driving motivation heading into 2017. We spoke with closer Zach Britton, who was infamously kept out of that last game. He says the talent is still in the clubhouse for another playoff run. The Orioles re-signed outfielder Mark Trumbo, who hit an AL best 47 home runs last year, but they let one of the longtime cornerstones of this lineup to free agency, veteran catcher Matt Wieters. Britton says he's anxious to see where he ends up.
The transition period is just a few weeks, and everyone's going to get comfortable with him in the clubhouse. Obviously, it's different without Wieters here, but I think once he signs with the new team, it'll kind of just turn the page with everybody. I think there's still that kind of hope that maybe you get him back, but right now we're enjoying working with Castillo.
To celebrate the start of spring training, the Orioles are inviting the public to come out to Ed Smith Stadium this Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. to get the fans pumped up for the season. And then the Pirates are having their Fan Fest event in the evening. The Rays adding a pitcher to compete for a bullpen spot. Tampa Bay signing 30-year-old reliever Tommy Hunter. He's pitched for 4 other teams during his 9-year career. He played for Cleveland and the Orioles last season. Rays manager Kevin Cash calls him a power pitcher who knows the American League East. Happening tonight, the Rising Stars Challenge, a game featuring some of the up-and-coming stars in the NBA. The All-Star Game happens on Sunday, and one of the most intriguing storylines involves Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant. The backstory involves Durant's decision to leave Oklahoma City and Westbrook to play for the Golden State Warriors. Many in OKC feel betrayed by Durant. And Sunday, we may see Durant and Westbrook on the court together for the West All-Star team.
I don't know what y'all need, but I'm in a great place. I'm happy. I'm having fun. Having a great time. And I'm happy with my team I have now, and looking forward to moving forward.
So tonight's up-and-coming game played in New Orleans at the Smoothie King Center. Team East taking the victory 88-59. That's a look at sports. We'll have tonight's lotto numbers straight ahead.
It's a whole new way to bank with Achieva Checking Plus. You get new features like cell phone protection for 3 phones, plus an interest-bearing account. And that's good to know. Discover all the benefits at AchievaCU.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC7. We're here for you.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her so I could call and thank them. And she's doing fine. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
When you fall and cannot get up, an accident can turn into a tragedy. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast.
Life Alert saves a person from a catastrophe every 10 minutes.
Life Alert is a lifesaver. If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-652-3012. That's 1-800-652-3012. Call now 1-800-652-3012. For a free brochure, call 1-800-652-3012.
Come out to the best party of the season, the Goodwill Mardi Gras Gala on February 28th at Michael's on E. Tickets at experiencegoodwill.org.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
There's a whole new way to bank with Achieva Checking Plus. You get new features like full ID theft protection, and that's good to know. Discover all the benefits at AchievaCU.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
It was an unforgettable night for one woman in New York. At the Siena Saints men's basketball game with her boyfriend, a woman was chosen to participate in a promotion. Little did she know the team and her boyfriend had even bigger plans for her. She was tasked with attempting to make a half-court shot. She made the shot. How incredible is that? Not only that, her boyfriend was disguised as the mascot. Then he got down on one knee and popped the question. This is like a great night, right? So she said yes. Look at this again. Insane. Okay, so she left with a fiance and a $500 gift card for making the shot. I think you should get more than a $500 gift card for making it.
You got a husband, you know.
You got a husband.
Husband with $500. It was a mascot.
Which one's better? That's pretty cute. Yeah, but I'm really impressed with that shot.
Yeah,
One-handed.
gee, nice throw.
Amazing. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday.